concept or the representativeness of the information contained in each concept.
Is it the amount of information?
It's either that one or the distance. I'm not sure which one. I kept confusing it with the connectionist network thing.
Predicts the time.
That's really quick.
Should probably look this one up. So I don't know.
So this is for the semantic network.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
I think it's
I think it is distance.
okay. I think it is too.
Yeah, I think it's distance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, number 8. In evaluating retrieval rates for category information for a concept, Collins and however you say that, semantic network approach would predict that the slowest reaction time for which of the following statements using a sentence verification technique. A field sparrow is a bird, a field sparrow is an animal, a field sparrow is a sparrow, or a field sparrow is a field sparrow. It would be a field sparrow is an animal, right?
Yes, I think so.
Because you have to go all the way from field sparrow to like sparrow to bird to animal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
from the most specific to the most general.
Yeah.
Okay. This one really confused me. 2 different definitions of blank offered by your textbook. Ow, stop it. Stop it. Offered by your book include the mental representations of a class or individual and the meaning of objects, events, and abstract ideas. Concepts, prototypes, units, or exemplars. It's concepts, right?
Yeah, that's what I put.
I put concepts.
Beautiful.
Okay. Question 10. Which of the following statements is not cited in your text as a reason why categories are useful? Categories provide definitions of groups of related objects. Categories serve as a valuable tool for making inferences about things that belong to other categories. Categories help us understand behaviors that we might otherwise find baffling. Categories have been called pointers to knowledge because once you know an object's category, you know a lot of general things about it. I think it's the categories help us understand behaviors we might otherwise find baffling.
Yeah.
Because everything else makes
I
sense
remember.
about categories.
I don't remember talking about that in the book, so.
Yeah, me
I
either.
remember seeing that, so I don't remember because I know that there's 2 different approaches to categories that they list.
Oh, so maybe we should look it up. Probably in like the introduction area. I wish it just showed us how we did on our individual ones so that we would know which ones we missed. Like even if it didn't give you the right answers, it'd tell you which ones you got wrong.
That would be awesome.
Oh, make life so much easier. Okay, just kidding. I found that sentence, that exact sentence in the book, so it's definitely not that one.
Oh, okay. And
Okay, so
I know it's not the pointer to knowledge because I wrote that down in my notes.
so maybe it serves as a valuable tool for making inferences about things that belong to other categories.
I don't remember
reading that
one, but I have no idea.
Or is it categories provide definitions of groups of related?
I think it might be the definition one.
Let's go with that, if you guys agreed with it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. Not all the members of everyday categories have the same features. Most fish have gills, fins, and scales. Sharks lack the feature of scales, yet they are still categorized as fish. This poses a problem for the blank approach to categorization. Definitional, prototype, exemplar, and family resemblance. Family resemblance. Was it family resemblance?
I think it's definitional or exemplar, because I know family resemblance is like um
I think it's the definitional one, is what I put.
yeah,
Because if it fit the definition, then the shark would have scales.
yeah, because it's like very strict, while the family resemblance is more like general, like they resemble each other in these kind of ways, and it's not like exact. I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think it's definitional. Okay. Okay. Question 12. The definitional approach to categorization doesn't work well for most natural objects like birds, trees, and plants. Sets definite criteria called family resemblances that all category members must have. Was proposed to replace the prototype approach. Is not well suited for geometrical objects but works for familiar everyday objects.
It's either I think it's the doesn't work well for the most natural objects. I'm not positive.
The textbook says it works well for such things as geometric objects,
Yeah.
but for natural objects, it doesn't work.
Okay, so does not work well for most natural objects like birds, trees, and plants?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I put. I think.
All right. Number 13. The principal illustration when most people are able to recognize a variety of examples of chairs, even though no one category member may have all of the characteristic properties of chairs. Example, most chairs have four legs, but not all do, is prototypicality, family resemblance, graded membership, or instance theory. Isn't this one the family resemblance?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it's more general.
Blank is a typical member of a category, a component, an exemplar, a unit, or prototype. The prototype, right?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
so. That's what I put.
yeah. Okay. Question 15. The prototype approach to categorization states that a standard representation of a category is based on the definition of the category, category members that have been encountered in the past, a universal set of category members, or a defined set of category members. Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Remember.
The prototype approach to the category states that a standard representation of categories.
I'm not sure, but I think it might be category members that have been encountered in the past. Because I think like a prototype is like you have these examples, but you like mush them together into this one prototype that doesn't really match anything else. Like it's not an example because it's like a combination of all the things that you've seen before.
Yeah, I think so because it says that Membership in a category is determined by comparing the object to a prototype that is present, and a prototype is a typical member. So you're basing it off of what you already know. So I think that'd be the best one.
Yeah, I think so.
So which one are we going off of?
The category members that have been encountered in the past.
Okay.
All right. Number 16. Olin and Bob are neighbors. Olin loves birds and his father works for the zoo. He has been to a dozen bird sanctuaries and he and his dad go on bird watching hikes once a month. In contrast, Bob doesn't think much about birds. Ugh. His only contact with them is in his backyard. It would be correct to say that Olin's standard probably involves more prototypes than Bob's, the same prototypes and exemplars as Bob's, more prototypes and more exemplars than Bob's, or more exemplars than Bob's.
I think it would be more exemplars than Bob's.
Yeah, because they can both know just as much about birds. But the only part that throws me off is that he said he doesn't think much about birds. So that makes me wonder if it's more prototypes and more exemplars. Because don't you have to think about it to know like how many prototypes? I don't know
think
how
so.
that works.
I don't know. So do you think it's both?
I don't know. I know for sure exemplars, but I don't know about prototypes. That's what's throwing me off.
Well, I
I can
think
look up prototypes really quick. I know that it's exemplars as well.
yeah. It's just whether it's both. I don't know. I think it's just more exemplars because like prototypes you still have to come across them and then you like combine them.
I guess as long as he knew like what a bird was, then he would know prototypes of birds, right?
Yeah, with prototypes you just have to have a high family resemblance. You don't
Okay.
really have to have experience with them.
Yeah.
So just be more exemplars than Bob's.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Let's do it.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A task for determining how prototypical an object would be. A fill-in-the-blank task where participants generate paired members within a category. A task where participants rate the extent to which members represent the category title. A task where participants rate to the extent to which members resemble one another. A fill-in-the-blank test where participants generate the category classification for a list of members.
I think it's a task where participants rate the extent to which each member represents the category title.
I think that's the one I put. I know I put a task. I just didn't remember which one I put.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Because they like compare it to like their prototype, so like the category title. I think
that makes sense.
That works.
Okay. Question 18. Which of the following members would most likely be ranked highest in prototypicality in the birds category? A goose, hummingbird, crow, or sparrow?
So whichever one's the most familiar. I don't know which one's most familiar to people.
So highest is the most familiar, or?
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's the one that's most
getting into something.
I think. So.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late.
No.
Hey, Sparrow.
No worries.
Are you in the test now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In which question? Sorry.
Number 18. But if you want, I can start at the. If you go to chapter 9 test, I can give you the answers real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much. I
No problem.
appreciate it.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, and sorry for the delay.
You're good.
It's week 11, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Study group. Group knowledge and Perry's model of cognitive development. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So number 1 is prototype.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number 2 is the word fruit will lead to a larger priming effect for bananas than for kiwi.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Number 3 is facilitates the response to another stimulus.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is exemplars.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 is basic.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, semantic network.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, the distance that must be traveled through the network.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, a field sparrow is an animal.
Mm-hmm.
9, concepts.
Mm-hmm.
10, categories provide definitions of group of related objects.
Mm-hmm.
11, definitional.
Mm-hmm.
12, doesn't work well for most natural objects like birds, trees, and plants.
Mm-hmm.
13, family resemblance.
Mm-hmm.
14, a prototype.
Mm-hmm.
15, category members that have been encountered in the past.
Mm-hmm.
16, more exemplars than Bob's.
Exemplars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then 17 is a task where participants rate the extent to which each member represents the category title.
Okay. Thank you
And
so
then
much. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you. So you're now in question number 18.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think it's a sparrow
That's what I was thinking too.
because it's the most like average or like the most familiar one.
Here's category. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whose turn is it? I lost track.
So sorry, I will be the last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's mine. I
Sure.
really don't.
Go for it if you're good with it.
Okay, items high on prototypicality have blank family resemblances. Moderate, strong, weak, or no?
Strong.
I think it's strong, yeah.
All right. Number 20. Which of the following is an example of the sentence verification technique? Indicate whether the following statement is true. An apple is a fruit. Yes, no. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank in the following sentence. A blank is a fruit. Indicate whether the following statement was previously presented. An apple is fruit, yes or no, or fill in the blank the following sentence. An apple is a blank. Isn't it the yes or no, the first? Indicate whether it's true.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
So what do we get for number 19? Sorry, my cat was being a butt.
No worries.
Strong.
Yeah, it's strong.
Okay.
Okay.
Will it be my turn?
I think it's the Pril's turn.
Okay.
And then it'll be yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
According to the typicality effect, categories and objects in a category have a family resemblance to one another. Objects that are not typical stand out, and so are more easily remembered. We remember typical objects, but the non-typical objects. Groups that are high in prototypicality are judged more rapidly as being in a group. I don't know about this one.
I think it's either the we remember typical objects better or items high in prototypicality are judged more rapidly.
I think the more rapidly one is what I put.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, I think that's what I put too. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
Items that are high.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, the question 22. When a participant is asked to list examples of the category vegetables, it's more likely that I think the answer is a carrot would be named before eggplant.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Yeah. I put
Me
that
too.
Okay. Question 23. If you say that a Labrador Retriever is my idea of a typical dog, you would be using the blank approach to categorization. Family resemblance, prototype, definitional, or exemplar. Would it be prototype because he said because it's a typical dog? Or would it be
That's what I put, but I'm not sure.
because like
I put exemplar because it was like personal experience, but I wasn't because it's like my idea of a typical dog because it's like
Yeah.
what they have experience with. But I wasn't sure if it was prototype or exemplar, so I just guessed.
yeah, I don't know because using a Labrador Retriever would be like an example. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
we can
Yeah, I
put
know it
prototype.
wasn't.
You guys both put it.
Well, we know that it's not definitional or family resemblance, so.
Yeah.
So it's a 50-50 shot.
If you guys both put prototype, I'm good with that since more of us that know it probably means it's right.
Okay.
Okay, so now is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question 24. An advantage of the exemplar approach over the prototype approach is that the exemplar approach provides a better explanation of the blank effect. Reaction time, typicality, resemblance, or priming. Is it typicality or priming?
I don't remember.
I think it's
Exemplar approach. Okay.
So what was that?
Well,
We
typicality is usually used for like prototypes. Like
It
those
says, for example, the exemplar approach explains the typicality effect. So would that mean that would be it?
Yes.
This stuff is so this chapter was so confusing to me.
I know.
I don't see priming in the first two paragraphs of it, so I think I'm leaning towards typicality.
Yeah, I'll go with that. That sounds good.
Pretty sure reaction time wasn't even in this chapter, so.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so. Okay.
So typicality?
Yeah.
My turn?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, sorry. Which approach to categorization can more easily take into account atypical cases such as flightless birds? Network, exemplar, definitional, prototype. Wouldn't it be exemplar because both definitional and prototype are way too narrow?
Well, doesn't prototype still take in them as long as it's like, I don't know, just a second. This is so confusing.
Prototype just has like family resemblance, doesn't it?
I think so.
That just says
a prototype is a typical member of the category, and so like I guess people wouldn't think of ostriches as being typical birds.
category member is not visible.
I think it is exemplar.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know though.
Oh, wait. So it talks
Or the network approach.
the fact that they didn't rate that in the whatever prototype, they didn't rate like penguins as birds. So I think it's definitely not that one.
Okay, and it's definitely not definitional.
I think exemplar is the best option.
Yeah, network is way too broad because network like has words that are associated with it as well. So
yeah, so for network it takes a longer like amount of time to get to the flightless birds.
Yeah.
So I think definitely.
So
Okay.
exemplar then?
Yes.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Research suggests that the blank approach to categorization works best for small categories. Example: U.S. presidents. I also think it's exemplar.
I think
What do you
that's
think?
what I put as well.
Yeah. I don't remember what I put, but it sounds right.
Yeah. I'll go with it. Okay. Question 27. People playing the parlor game 20 questions often use hierarchical organization strategies. One player asks up to 20 yes or no questions to determine the identity of an object another player has selected. The player's questions usually start as general and get more specific as the player approaches a likely guess. Initial questions asked by a player are often one of three questions. Is it an animal? Is it a vegetable? And is it a mineral? Each of these three questions describes which level of categorization.
Was it basic? I couldn't remember the difference between the three.
I think it's superordinate because the basic level is like the middle. Because it's general, and then it's like the middle, and then it's super specific.
Yeah.
So
I think you're right.
I think it's also superordinate.
Okay.
Okay. 28. Which of the following would be in a basic level category? Transportation, truck, pickup truck, or vehicle? Would it be truck?
I think so.
Yep.
That's what I put.
Yeah. Okay.
Based on the information from your textbook provided about different category types, jumping from blank categories results in the largest gain in information. Subordinate level to basic level, subordinate level to basic level. Basic level to subordinate level, basic level to... Why did they repeat these?
I don't know.
I think it's superordinate to basic.
Yeah.
Because it talks about if you jump from basic to superordinate or global, you lose a lot of information.
That makes sense.
I think if you like.
So which one?
Superordinate to basic.
Oh, okay. The next one is my turn. Your text describes cross-cultural studies of categorization with US and ITSAC participants. Give the results of these studies. We know that if we asked to name basic level objects for a category, US participants would answer blank and ITSAC participants would answer blank again.
The problem you think was most probably.
I think it's tree and oak because it talked about like how the Itzach or however you say it are like they like their survival depends on their ability to like pick out plants and stuff. So
They would know more
they
specifically.
know it a lot more specifically. Yeah,
So it would
I'm good with
be
that.
tree. Would be tree oak.
yeah. Because we're just like that's tree, but they'd be like, yeah, that's an oak. So
Yeah.
I think. Okay. Question 31. Which of the following is not associated with the semantic network model? Hierarchical organization, cognitive economy, spreading activation, or family resemblance? It would be family resemblance, right?
That's proto.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I put.
Yeah, that's what I put too.
Sounds good.
All right. Spreading activation primes associated concepts, weakens the link between unrelated concepts, creates new links between associated concepts, or inhibits unrelated concepts. As it creates new links between.
I think so.
Or okay. And either that or primes association concepts.
Creates or weakens?
I think creates new links between.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, it's either that one or primes. But
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one.
I think it's creates. Let me check real quick. I think it's actually primes because the
Okay, let's go
definition
with that.
about how it's activities that spread along any link in a semantic network that's already connected.
Okay, that would make sense then.
I think it's primes.
So it primes associated concepts.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the key properties of the blank approach is that a specific concept is represented by an activity that is distributed over many units in the network. Semantic network, hierarchical, spreading activation, or connectionist.
Connectionist, I think.
I think that's what I put too.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Makes most sense.
34. Research on the physiology of semantic memory has shown that the representation of different categories in the brain, like living and non-living things, is best described as being specific, graded, distributed, subordinate. I think it's distributed.
I think so. That's what I put.
I don't remember what I put.
Distributed?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Question 35. Which of the following is not part of Perry's model of cognitive development in the college years? Dualism, self-actualization, contextual relativism, multiplicity, or commitment within contextual relativism?
I think it was self-actualization.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
Maslow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think I was even on the list.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. According to the presentation on Perry's model of cognitive development in the college years, what can we conclude about most college-age students' cognition? Students' brains are resistant to change, making it difficult to assimilate new information. Their brains undergo fundamental changes in how they view the world around them, often making them feel uncomfortable and vulnerable. None of these or their brains are continuing to develop and transform as they get older, regardless of circumstance.
Wait, this is not tricky.
I think I put fundamental changes.
I think I did too, because it talked about how
Me too.
Yeah, fundamental. Yeah.
they like feel uncomfortable and like it causes anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I think it's
that
that.
makes sense.
Okay.
Let's submit it.
Please.
Here's nothing. Oh,
Oops. Just one wrong.
Oh, yes. Oh,
So much better than my
Yes.
personal
That is-
exam.
that is
yeah, no
wonderful.
doubt. Should we like email out so like Emily can, so we can meet and put our like stuff together? Because she answers like the emails and stuff about our group projects,
Mm-hmm.
but she's never here on Tuesdays.
I know.
Yeah. Like she used to be, but then she just stopped.
Yeah, but she's still been doing the like annotated bib and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe we should send out an email and ask her when we can meet to like put it all together.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually been working on the like presentation with the Google Slides. Do you want me to put it on the in the shared Google Docs so that we can like
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
see?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've been
So-
using I've been using a screen recording program while we've been doing this to see if it will record your voices as well as mine
Oh, sweet.
while we're doing this.
Okay.
Because if that works, then I could use this while we're doing like a hangout or something and use that to record our presentation.
Okay.
Perfect.
It only has a 15-minute recording max time though, so we'd have
How long is
to
our
be quick.
presentation supposed to be?
about 15 minutes.
Haha.
That's actually perfect.
15 minutes.
Okay. That's good.
Great.
So there's 5 of us, so it's like 3 minutes apiece.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be about 3 minutes to the introduction and about 3 minutes for the conclusion.
Okay.
So I think, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Not
So
bad.
in total will be 15 minutes.
Yeah, with like us introducing it and then going through everybody's and concluding.
Okay, so how much time it would be like individually?
For like
Like
2 minutes, right?
Yeah. So
4
like
minutes?
for each, when we talk about our the study that we looked at, it'll have to be about 2 to 3 minutes depending. So
Okay.
Okay.
yeah. So that we make sure we have enough time to talk about how they're all connected and stuff. So
Okay.
yes, I think so.
And we're gonna share the PDF document, right?
Yeah, I put this presentation, I put a presentation together like with my stuff so I can just add it to the shared Google Drive that we all have so
Mhm.
that we can all like work on it together.
Okay.
Perfect.
So like we
Thank
all know
you.
like where we are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect. But when do you guys want to meet to, should we like plan to do it like when we meet
Yeah.
next week? Like do our recording and stuff? Or do you want to do it? Like when do you want to do it? Because it's due next Saturday, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
like
we
So
can
if we
honestly,
all-
text again.
I'd
If we
prefer
all
to
put
do
it together by this weekend, then we could record on Tuesday.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
that works. Yeah, I'd prefer to do it sooner than later so I can like stop worrying about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just stressing me out too. Oh, can we? Does this time work to meet next week, or should we like meet earlier or later, or what?
This
For-
time works for me.
Yeah, this time works
Yeah,
fine
that's
for me.
fine.
Yeah.
Sweet, 7:30 then.
So just to make sure if I understood, sorry, but so we're gonna share that the PDF, like the document, ready for this weekend, and then we're gonna record our voices on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Yes, I
Okay.
think so.
Great.
So are we gonna try to meet like Friday, Saturday to talk about it with Emily? And then we can record it because like we'll be more familiar or what?
Mhm.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that could work. I work like all day Friday from like 8:30 to 11 at night, so it'd have to be Saturday.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
If that works for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday at what time?
I think it'll all depend on Emily.
Yeah, we'll email. So I'll email out and see when everyone's available.
Yeah. I think I'll be ready. Like I'll be available in the afternoon because I have to take a test in the morning.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I can like the whole Saturday, anytime, but 7 p.m. because I have another group meeting.
Okay.
That works.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you guys.
All right. I'll put up the presentation now.
Perfect.
Okay. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Okay.
All right, sweet.
All right.
All right. Have a good week, guys. See ya on
too.
Saturday.